of these had a debriefing section where you discussed what you did, you talked about it, had some question and answer sessions. A lot of times we refer to this as reflection. Reflection is such a critical part of learning, and hopefully you continue to reflect on your experience as you go through Thrive and your college career. So with that, I want you to consider this. What, so what, and now what occurred today? What feelings, emotions, and connections did you make? And so what? Why does it matter? What is the significance of it all? And now what do you intend to do with your new knowledge, your new connections, and your new experiences? So to help us digest some of this and to go back to those capacities that I keep referring to, we have our Director of Center for Student Leadership, Dr. Yannuzzi, who's going to speak with you all today.
Hello, Thrive. Hello, Thrive. And I need two volunteers to come down. Sometime in our life, we all have hope, we all have sorrow, but if we are one, we always know there's always tomorrow. Lean on me with your That's where we we want to provide this. So there's only a couple of things I want to emphasize today. I won't take up too much of your time. First of all, one of the things that we do is we start from a core set of sensibilities and capacities that we believe and that we're going to promote, we're going to constantly hear us talk about, that we believe that we need to start thinking about and emphasizing if we're going to be impactful in our lives. If you're going to be able to go out into the world and have an impact that you want to have, it's not as easy as just getting a degree. It's not as easy as just being intelligent or smart. But you have to be able to have an impact. And in order to have that impact, we have a few sensibilities that we talk about. Not just intelligence sensibilities, but we also talk about emotional sensibilities. In other words, a sensitivity to what are the emotional climates that are going on. All right? There's a lot of different. We also talk about contextual and sensibility. You have to be able to understand context. They say one of the hardest challenges for younger people in today's world is not necessarily that they're any less or more kind of capable. They just don't know how to apply what they know in certain contexts. But the context are all important. I used to know, I lived in a world when we didn't have computers, believe it or not. Okay? I used to know where my office was and where my home was. I used to go to my office, and I did my work at the office. And then I drove home, and I did all my homework stuff at home. And then computers came on. And this wonderful thing happened. We got connected. And it was so cool, because then I started thinking, wow, now I can start working from home. This gives me some free time. Well, guess what? Now, I have no idea where my office ends and where my personal life is. That's the world that we're in. All of a sudden, all the context just becomes story. We also have to have cultural sensibility. Please hear me this. We talk so much. This is one of my passions. We talk so much about how people, about how just we are. And I'm sorry, when I look around the world, I don't necessarily see happening as much as we talk. We're not nearly as good at walking as we are talking. I used to tell all my students all the time, go anywhere, go to the cafeteria, sit down and draw me pictures, come back and draw me pictures of who talks to, who sits with who interacts with, and then tell me how diverse people become. We really need to kind of start thinking about things in a different way, if we're going to make sense. And then we also have to have what we call future. The fact of the matter, and again, this is one of the things that we constantly hear us talk about. What you do matters, whether you like it or not. And please hear me with this. Even if you choose not to do anything, it matters. If we want the kind of world that we keep on talking about, then we have to figure out what kind of actions we take in order to make that world. So that means everything you choose to do is a choice that's going to matter. Leaders understand that every moment matters. In addition to the sensibilities, there are certain capacities also that, again, we believe in that we're going to be talking about, that we want to work with in developing these things. In order to kind of help you find something for you to do as you go through. Again, we do want to help develop the kind of capacities that actually make sense of the world that we're going to be in. Please hear me with this again. The world that you're thinking of in the next few years is going to be challenged for that. Please don't run from those challenges. Thrive in those challenges. I just got back from a talk yesterday where they were saying that intelligence no longer predicts success. So IQ, things like that, doesn't predict success. It's the soft skills. It's what they call resilience matters. Are you able to kind of go into constantly different kinds of uncertain, new kinds of situations? And are you able to figure out what that situation means? And then figure out a way that you're supposed to act with it, so that you can be impactful and successful. Again, that's becoming much harder. Simple acts of communication. I used to know how to communicate because it was much more homogeneous. So there wasn't a difference. Now sometimes I communicate in ways that all of a sudden somebody sees what I do, and they take it completely different ways. We keep on talking about collaboration. You're going to hear us talk about it. You're going to hear your workers, your employers, everybody's going to talk about how you should be collaborating. Well, here's the issue. Good luck trying to collaborate when we keep on pushing competition. Because the social world, the work world, that's not necessarily getting more collaborative. Matter of fact, when you look at the stats, it's getting more competitive. But you need to figure out how to collaborate in that competitive world. Because we need to figure out how to stay together and work together. Okay? We need to figure out how we can start advocating for the causes that we are concerned about. Again, these humans. It's hard to participate. It's easy to kind of be connected anymore, but it's hard to be heard. Because guess what? Everybody will be heard. So now you have to figure out how do you get rid of the more than others? How do you get your voice out there? How do you get the things that you're concerned about, the people that you're concerned about? How do you make sure that they get the voice, the notice that they deserve? And then finally, this is one that you may have heard already today. I guess you've heard all these a little bit. But if you're really going to match all that stuff I just talked about, you better get it yourself. And that's going to be, quite honestly, one of your hardest jobs. Stan Heath, a mentor of mine, says that today's world, because of how globalized we're becoming, that identity is becoming what we call fragile. That people are losing a sense of wholeness. So you've got to constantly struggle with trying to understand yourself. Because the only way that you can act effectively is if you act in a way that is consistent with who it is that you believe you should be, and who it is that you believe others should be. So the first thing that I just wanted to talk about is that we do believe that in order to thrive, you are going to have to create these or develop these areas that allow you not only to thrive, but allow you to create spaces for other people when they need help. Because, again, you're going to be here for each other. The other thing I just want to emphasize is that we too are trying to create a space for you community. We work very, very, very hard to develop our own capacities so that you can have a space like you're here and you're going through your turn and you need some place to kind of come. And that's who we want to be. And with that said, I just want to kind of throw out a few thank yous to some people in the room. All right? And first of all, I want to thank our UC partners. I think I saw Shay was up there. But again, we're very hard to work together. I saw, I think, BKSU partners up there that you got to meet today. I want to thank all the student volunteers. Again, it's amazing how much time that students are already asked to do the same thing, how much time they're willing to put out to make sure that other students have the kind of experience that we want them to have. So I want to thank them as well. Special thanks to the CSL staff, without whom I wouldn't continue to become who I'm becoming. A real nice thanks to Ryan, who actually is new and is putting on a really, really nice day for everybody. So I want to give a special and then I want to give a really, 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 really special thank you. I know these things are. I know I don't really know. But I don't forget how long these days are. I go through conferences myself. Trust me, I sit there and time in my head, like following and then how someone's talking at me and things. I know these are hard days, but they're meaningful. Again, this is a choice you made, and it was a good choice. It's a good start. But don't pretend it. Okay, make sure that you stay together, that you stick together, that you let us help you when we can help you, and when you have to, learn how to help each other. So, that said, I want you to turn to your partner, and obviously you knew the theories. So you're going to finish this one. So turn to each other. So when you need a friend, come on. And when you need a friend, call on me. can call me. Thank you very much.